welcome back to... First of all, I want to clarify something. Because for new viewers on our YouTube channel, it will be confusing that we post episode 150 as the first one. But here's the thing. Before we got here, a long time ago, we did a podcast called I Got This Podcast. And we're back. We're jumping back on that. So if you like this one, you have 149 episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to listen to. So I just want to clarify that.
God bless you if you do that.
If you go back to the first one, that was back in 2016, 2017 maybe. And you got a lot of podcasts to listen to. Just to jump right into it, bro. How you doing? People want to know. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm happy I'm home. I'm very happy I'm home. Only miss a couple of things, but those are things you could pretty much get anywhere. But yeah, it's still surreal.
Yeah.
It's still a little, I feel very lucky. I really do. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy, but I'm still like, there's moments I'm driving and I just happen to look and I go, shit, we're back. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely loving it, dude. I'm happy. Like I said, it's a bit surreal. Yeah. It's a little surreal. So, but in a good way.
You've been here for almost 6 months now, right?
April 4th I got here, so October will be 6 months,
Crazy. I almost been there for 3.
Yeah.
I arrived in Bahamas the 4th of July.
With me and my daughter.
Yeah. We flew over. So I've been there for 3 months.
And then we got stuck in New York.
Yeah.
Tom thought his trip was going to end there. That was pretty funny.
New Jersey, sorry. New Jersey was rough. I haven't seen that side of New Jersey. I haven't seen that side of America, especially not the East Coast. I've been to the West Coast a lot, but I was there 10 years ago, and it was not compared to what we saw in New Jersey.
Yeah, our flight got canceled. There was no flights out due to weather to Florida.
Yeah, it was a storm, right?
There was a storm, so we had to get a hotel last minute. And they don't pay for that for some oddball reason because it's weather. They can get away from that. When it comes to weather, it turns out they can't get you a place. But if it's technical difficulties with the plane, they cancel it. Then they can put you up if the flight's canceled that way.
Yeah.
So we got fucked on that end, and then we got a hotel. My daughter was traveling with a cold. Such a rock star. She handled that like a champ. You and I, there was nothing in the hotel to give her medicine. So we had to catch an Uber, and that's where the experience started. Because we saw some shit in a matter of 30 minutes.
I'm pretty sure I saw dead bodies. Pretty sure.
I saw dead bodies walking.
I saw dead bodies walking, but I'm pretty sure I saw a dead body overdosed on whatever she was taking.
Wearing a tutu. Wearing a ballerina dress. That was really weird.
Then we walked into the drugstore, and you were right back. I'm happy you grew up rough, because you were right back. You were like, there's a certain way you need to walk in this store, or they will fuck with you. Because we walked in, and it was like being, I don't know, a pig in a lion's den.
Oh, it was scary. Yeah, I mean,
everyone was looking like, what the fuck?
The Uber locked the doors. When we came out, he had to unlock them.
Yeah. And
that's when he said that people were getting still jacked.
Yeah, because he told about a friend that was also driving Uber, and he went in for like a minute into a store.
Yeah.
And his car was stolen when he got back out.
Well, the thing is, too, we were staying at what hotel? The Marriott?
Yeah, Marriott.
Was it a Marriott?
Marriott Hotel at the airport is called.
Which was a nice hotel.
Yeah.
It was a really nice hotel. I mean, I was surprised, and that's why when we got in the Uber, and it was like 2 rights and a left, I'm like, whoa, bro, where the fuck? You know what I mean? And
exactly.
That was shady. And then we got to the Bahamas. I dumped you at your house, went back to work. You had a culture shock.
We stayed in Florida for a couple of days.
We stayed in Florida for a few days, which was fun to do some shopping.
Yeah, Florida is nice. First time I went to Florida.
That was your first time?
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale is nice.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first time in Florida.
Yeah. And then we got here. And then you were stuck in the middle of nowhere, and you were losing your shit like 4 days later. Like, did I make the right choice?
Yeah, I had some soul searching to do. It's very... When you... Living on an island in the middle of nowhere Small,
perfect.
A small island in the middle of nowhere. I appreciate it now, but it's very. I don't think a lot of people can handle it. I think this is not for everyone. This is for everyone for maybe a week, 10 days.
Well, I think also when you hear about all these Stoics, the guys are like, oh, isolation and just being in my mind and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I've been doing that most of my life. Come live like this and see how stoic you actually are. Like there's some fanboys of it, right? And there's some that live it. And I know there's a lot more to stoicism than that, but I just find it funny that they want to be isolated. They want to be closed off. And I'm like, okay, come try it. I mean, you were climbing the walls within 10 days, dude.
Yeah, I needed a car.
You were climbing the walls, and I was just like out cold.
I needed a couple of weeks to get used to it, but now I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Now I absolutely love it here.
Well, I think also what happens is when you live that type of this way, right? I mean, we have everything. We got Wi-Fi. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we're living.
On a good day, we have Wi-Fi.
On a good day, we have Wi-Fi. But it's like, how can I put it? You definitely learn what you need and what's really important and what you need and don't need. Because like the couple of times I flew to Florida to do some stuff, it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like all these signs and you forget there's sales and there's all these, it's like, it's overwhelming, right? Mm. And then you get tunnel vision, you're like, this is all I really need. But I think when you're living in it, you just become such a consumer. You're running around buying stuff almost every day that you don't need. And that's one of the things I do like about living here, because you still get what you need, but you learn what you really need. What's important.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. Like, it's not that you can order something from Amazon and you have it the next day.
No, I mean, you can still order something. It just takes like a week to get here. You know what I mean? What's that?
At best.
Well, for you, because you went the other way. But for me, through work, it comes pretty quick.
For me, when I'm ordering stuff, I need to order it like 3 weeks before I need it, if I want to be sure to have it. Like I remember I ordered some supplements for running, the electrolytes and stuff. And I ordered it. It took me 3 weeks to get here.
Well, you did it the hard way, though. I'm not going to get in on this on you. We could have done it an easier way, but you wanted to try it out. So
no, but I want to. I don't mind it.
I know, but you could have had it here within a week.
I learned quick that
same price.
That it's like you said. You learn quick to live with what you have, and you notice that you didn't need as much as you needed when you were back in Sweden, when you can get everything.
It's like you're consuming to fill a hole that you don't need to fill.
Yes.
Like you think you need certain things and you're like, oh, this is going to make my quality of life better, but you're just accumulating more stuff.
Exactly.
You know.
That's the kind of the feeling you get here.
Yeah. It's like when we go back, we're going to go to Florida in a few months again to do some stuff. It's like, I know exactly what I'm going to get. And it's not going to be much. It's just certain things like I want to get some books, I want to get a couple of this and that, and that's it. It's like, I just know what I need, man.
Yeah.
You know? So that's a good thing about it. No snow, no darkness is always a good thing. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Winters can be a little sexy, but they get old pretty quick.
What?
In Sweden
has it, but it's fun for a couple of days.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. But like that kind of thing, I just like there's always a breeze. The beaches, there's nobody blocking you on the beach. It's like you get so spoiled that if someone shows up, you're like, yo, man, what the fuck you doing, bro?
Yesterday I
went off the beach.
Yesterday I went to the beach after lunch. And I went down there. I'm always alone. It's a big beach, bigger than the beach we had in Motala. And no one is there. And then 2 people came walking in. I was like, what the fuck are these people doing here?
Yeah, it's like
my beach.
go somewhere else.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
There's
a lot of beaches here on Long Island. Why you pick my beach?
It's so funny. But it's true. But yeah, no, so it's cool, man. Like I said, I'm happy to be back. Leah's living her best life. She's having a blast.
Your daughter
Enzo's going to enjoy it when he comes in December. So it's cool, man. It's cool. Like I said, I'm still pinching myself.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
No, I wake up a lot of mornings and I go for a run. And I can't, because I never listen to anything when I go for runs. So that's the time I think. And it's always like, this is so weird being here. I have to catch myself. Like, I'm in Bahamas. I'm living in Bahamas right now. Yeah. And it's constantly
but the thing is, I want to make
messing with me a little.
Yeah, but also, nothing is perfect, right? Wherever you go, you give up something. and you gain something else. So I think it's it's definitely how you make the situation work for you, right?
Yeah.
It's like even like when I lived in Sweden, I mean, I definitely had my ups and downs, but I also made it work the best I could for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's the way you deal with certain things. So people think Bahamas and they just think it's perfect. And it's like, no, we have storms. Stuff gets shipped in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain, there's,
Electricity goes out.
sometimes electricity goes out. You have
Wi-Fi
a
goes
generator.
out.
Sometimes the Wi-Fi goes down because just island life. But that counterbalances with there's not a lot of traffic. There's not people on top of you. There's not noise pollution, light pollution. You saw that night we went out and looked at the stars. It was just, you were like, oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it
It
feels
was
like you
so
were in
bright.
it.
Yeah, it's like you could touch it,
Yeah.
right? You can't see that when you're in the cities and stuff like that. So wherever you go, you give up something and you gain something else. I think it's just your mindset. So
Sure.
I just need to be near the water.
Yeah.
I have to. Like, I just need the fact that I can hear the waves from my room at night
Yeah,
crashing. I'm out cold.
that puts you right to sleep.
I'm out
huh?
cold. And a breeze, I'm out cold. So,
Well, things turned for me when we really turned for me when I started loving it here was when we got basically when we moved to the house and we got the gym up.
right.
Then I was like, I started
Right.
calming down a little bit, and then we're
Right.
like, I have everything I need here right now, and now I can focus on what we're doing.
Well, I don't really think you knew. I mean, you listened to me, but I don't think you knew what you were in for.
No, I had no
Like,
idea.
I think you thought you did a little bit, and then you kind of, it hit you, then you were like, oh shit, then you had to recalibrate a little bit, and now you're loving it. But
Yeah.
I do think there was like at least 10 to 12 days there that you were like climbing the walls. I was like, bro, it's gonna be okay, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be okay, trust me. I was like, check this out, check that out. So,
Yeah,
which was kind
definitely.
of funny, yeah.
No, since I moved here, you and
It was
I,
like detox. You ever seen someone when they're detoxing from drugs? They're like, it was kind of like you were,
I was detoxing from civilization.
yeah, from like pizza and candy on a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you were detoxing from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty funny.
No, because ever since I got here, I've been showing you. There's all these Instagram posts when people are showing like everything a man needs, and it's like a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I was like, you have no idea what you're
No,
in
you
for,
don't,
dude.
yeah, that's what we were going back to saying earlier. You see all these guys that are trying to say they want to be in isolation and this and that. And you saw that little island we were looking at, and I was like, dude, I'll be quite happy with.
Yeah.
You got to catch a boat over to see me, and I meant that, and you know that, right?
Yeah.
And but it's just so funny. Some people, I think when you get isolated, you look inside, and a lot of people don't do that because when you're in other situations, you have all this external stuff bothering you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you've got, like I said, lots of people, traffic, signs, this sale, that sale, got to run to the grocery store. So you're not really looking in. Then when you get home, you zone out on the TV, right? And then you fall asleep, you do it all over again the next day. But here, if you take a walk on the beach, you're in your head no matter how beautiful it is. And some people, the gears start turning and they start unpacking shit I don't think they want to unpack. So that's the cracking point, right?
Yeah.
Because distraction keeps you from looking in.
True.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So
I
when you-
read somewhere that being busy is its own form of laziness, and that resonated with me because I know I was working so much to not deal with the fact that I wasn't where I wanted to be, really.
Right.
So if you tell yourself, but I'm working all the time, so I'm keeping busy, but that's its own form of laziness because if you keep busy, you're not looking inwards. You never look inwards.
Yeah, but in your defense too, you knew you were going to come to the Bahamas for the better part of like a year and a half, 2 years. You were like, I got to save as much money as I can
Yeah.
before I get there.
Yeah.
So of course you did the right thing.
Yeah.
And then when you got here, you kind of hit a wall because it's like someone just slammed the brakes on because you stopped working and then you're like, okay, now I'm going to be focusing on the YouTube channel full time.
Yeah.
That's an adjustment, right?
It's true.
So it's a difference. I mean, it's if you're trying to do something, if you've got a goal, then that's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah.
But in general, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, in general, I think it's a form
totally
of laziness
agree
to
with
keep
you,
busy.
yeah.
Like I need to work overtime. I need to do all this. I got
Yeah.
a full plate.
I
But
mean, if you got a goal, right? But if it's to get the car that the neighbor has, or if it's to get the clothes that you saw on TV, then it's like, okay, now deflecting of
Now you're distracting
what you
yourself.
really need. But when you have a goal, like I want to do this, like a legit kind of like better yourself goal, then I get that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm the first to probably do it myself too.
I think that's why it was so hard for me to get here, because I was working 2 jobs.
right.
I was moving all the time. I was traveling in both of my jobs.
Yeah.
I was never home.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, home alone with my thoughts. I had some shit to unpack, but now we're good.
Well, that was, I mean, you even saw when I came back. Remember, I was gone 3 months, and then I came back for like 6 days when we all traveled. Remember, we were in the gym, and I was just like, I don't care, dude. You were asking me questions like, I just wanted to get out. Because it was like all the signs and all the traffic and the concrete. It really hits you once you, because when you're around it long enough, it kind of becomes your standard. So you kind of accept it. But then once you're removed, and then you get put back into it, you're like, whoa. It was like, you remember that? You were laughing at me. I was like, dude, I don't care, whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
Like I was just focused to get in there, get everything closed up, packed up, and get going. I mean, it was a busy week. Those 5-6 days we were there, we were slammed.
Yeah.
But I did not smell the roses. I was just like, I can't take this.
I need to get out.
I want
In and out.
to get back.
In and out.
Yeah. So.
No, but you accumulate quick though. This is everyday life now. Sometimes I get out of myself. It's like, well, I'm in Bahamas, but from day to day basis, this is you accumulate what, you say accumulate? No, not accumulate. You get accustomed to the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Once I got over the bump and everything just started calming down, now it's like, yeah, this is life. This
Yeah.
is what
Well, I
I'm
think
doing.
the key too is what happens. A lot of people here. I mean, you see some of the homes down the street that we live, right? Like some of those, they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what happens is I think people come here for the idea, but then after a while, the beach and the ocean, they don't see it anymore. And I think that's dangerous. I think you need to pause and be like, take in where you're at, to keep continuously appreciate it, right? Like the sounds, the smells, the beach, the water, all the stuff here, people just end up, because, you still go to work here. People think we're sitting around having drinks all day. I still get up, I'm going to work, I'm doing my thing, I'm slammed, but it's a good slam. You're doing your job, you have a routine, but I think people think when you're in the Bahamas that
Drinks on the beach.
you're at a party.
Yeah.
You're just literally balls out, like just having a blast. There's no responsibility. It's a vacation. And it's like, yeah, it is to a certain point, but you're getting up, you're doing your routine, you're bettering yourself, you're trying to take care of yourself. You've got lots of responsibilities. And I think that's where it gets dangerous in a place like this, because then people don't see the beauty. Because, and then people are coming here to see that beauty. And it's like, you live here, you don't want that to become
You got a
back.
routine, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want it to. What I'm saying is, you don't want to not see the beach anymore or not see the environment. Then it's like, okay, well, you're kind of anywhere now.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's a medium you have to work on.
True.
Balance it, because if you don't want to miss it here, you don't.
But I never got people that all I want to do is sit on the beach and have a drink every day. I never got that. If I came here and didn't have anything to do, I would probably...
You mean vacation, or you mean like moved here?
No, if I was living here and didn't have
A routine.
nothing to do, like nothing to
Right.
create or do or anything,
Yeah.
I would be
No
bored
goals,
real quick.
right? Of course. Yeah.
Like wherever you live in the world. But from moving here and seeing that this becomes everyday life pretty quickly, I go back in my life and see like, what was I so afraid of, like changing environments. Like once you do it once, it's pretty easy to do it again, I think.
What's that? Sorry.
Changing environments.
Oh, okay.
It's
yeah.
like, because I build it up in my head that it's such a big deal to move here.
Right.
And once you're here, it becomes everyday life.
Yeah.
It's like, that wasn't such a big deal after all. Like
Right.
no one, no one died. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it wasn't that big of a change. It's just, I moved here and then this became my life. So I was building something up that it was such a big step.
Yeah.
It was just doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's the initial pulling the trigger, right?
Yeah.
Everybody talks about it, but it's like anything. I mean, I'm just happy to get the kids back here. They can see this different walks of life, and then there's going to be more times they can learn more, and they're not going to be afraid to travel or
Exactly.
take a leap and don't become. Because that's another thing too. Don't get me wrong. if you're even here, anywhere in the world, but if you stay in one location, but you're not willing to at least expand your horizons or your education, then that can be dangerous too, because this is everything. And there's a bad side to that, right? Because then you get so stuck in certain ways that if you get pulled out of it, you just fucking panic.
I met people here that never traveled.
Oh, I know.
They never left the island.
I know.
Which is its own form of weird.
Well, yeah, but then again, in this day and age, not that it's a healthy way to look at it, but probably a 30-year-old here that has never left. And when I say, we're making it sound like it's a third world country, but there's Nassau, there's Abaco, there's Freeport. They got everything that the States has, right? But like the outer islands, you meet a 30-year-old here that's never left, it's kind of different because there's YouTube, there's Instagram. You can kind of see what's going on in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But if you meet someone that's like 70 or 80 now and they're like never really been tech savvy and stuff like that and they're just stuck in that way, that's someone that if you pulled them out of it and took them somewhere else, they would just shut down. Because they're like, wait, well, what do you mean there's more to this, right? And that's good and bad though.
Good and bad, yeah.
Right? Because you don't get exposed.
But they
to
don't know
negative.
better. This is normal.
Yeah.
You kind of
Well,
said when it
it's
comes.
not a bad normal though, because I've met people here that have never left and they've got some real knowledge about the ocean, about the island, of how certain things work that you couldn't get out of a book. You know?
For sure. Like I met more happy people here than more happy, friendly people here.
Yeah.
I think I told you this 3 weeks when I've been here for 3 weeks.
You sure you want to say this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's nothing bad, but like for being here for 3 weeks, I talked to more people. I got friendly with more people. Like complete strangers come up and talk to me. Like in 3 weeks here, I talked to more strangers than I had in 2 years in Sweden.
Right.
You say good morning to everyone you meet.
Yeah.
You say hello to everyone you meet. You have a small conversation in the food store.
Well, I think what it is too, you're maybe, and I'm defending both sides on this. I think back in Sweden, there was more people, right? Not everybody, but the majority, not everybody, because we know really good people, really good people back in Sweden. But it's like, I think because it's a larger area, there's more going on. People kind of only talk to each other when they want something or they need something. Then the other time they just don't want to deal with you. But this being smaller, everybody kind of knows each other in a good way and relies on each other. So you can't really be a jackass because then you're going to see that person. You know what I'm trying to say? Like people are like, what are you doing? You live on an island. So it's a little bit of a different mentality in that sense. And so I'm kind of defending both sides on that one.
I just think it's cultural.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for sure. That's a good way to look
I think
at it.
it's the same in, not as much as here, but it's the same in the States. They're friendlier in the States as well.
Right.
I think Sweden is a hard people. We're hard people. And I know it because I've been living there all my life.
Yeah.
You don't walk up to someone and say good morning out of the blue.
No, they think you want something.
Yeah.
Or you're crazy.
Yeah.
That's
What the
pretty
fuck are you
funny.
talking to me for?
That's pretty funny.
I was busy looking at my toes.
That's pretty funny. But like I said, I think that happens a lot though because here is so small. Everyone knows someone can do something for you and they're willing to help you out or send you to someone that can help you because it's kind of like everybody kind of understands their situation. So I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I met a dive instructor the first couple of days when I was here. He was from England, and he just told me one advice, like, if you get in bad with some people here, the whole island will know it.
Oh, for sure.
Like, if you're being an asshole,
For sure.
the whole island will know it.
For sure.
So it's such a small community that...
Well, it's a great way to weed out the dicks. You
Yeah.
know? And there's and when I say dick, you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Or like an asshole. Like
Yeah.
just because you disagree with someone doesn't make you an asshole or a dick. I'm talking about like jackasses.
For
like,
sure.
screw you over.
For sure.
Like a business deal. I mean, there's some people people here, they're like, don't do business with him. He's going to screw you over. That's what I'm talking about, But majority of the people are nice. So.
Yeah, I met so many nice people
Right.
here. It's unbelievable.
But also this environment, it kind of falls into like, island people too, right?
Exactly.
It's a mentality. It's a certain breed. I wouldn't really say it's a slower way of life because there's some real hustling going on here. but they want to be on the water, they want to be on the beach, they want to be in the ocean. And I think that's a different breed of people anyway, coming from wherever. Whether you're coming from the Bahamas or the States or Sweden or wherever, there are certain people that just need to be around this environment. And I think that mentality is different, opposed to like the city hustle and bustle where
True.
people want to live in the cities, you know?
No, it's called island living for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? I think it is just almost like a calming down way of life.
Yeah.
I think it's more like when Wi-Fi goes out for 24 hours or the electricity is out, like you kind of, that's a way of living right now. Like, all right, I just go read a book on the beach or...
But it's actually not bad.
No,
The
not at all.
the only time it sucked for me is when I've got some work to do. I'm like, oh, because unfortunately you got to upload something or you got to do something for work. But other than that, it's not the end of the world, man.
No, it's almost nice when it happens.
Yeah, I mean,
It's almost like, all right, now.
it's like, yeah, it makes you kind of, it's not a bad thing, definitely. So, but some people crack. Some people are like this. I can't deal with this.
I haven't hit the 6 months yet. I hear a lot about after 6 months.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Bro, when I got here that night, like when I came by myself, I think I slept better that night than I had probably, and I'm being God's on it, and I think I told you this, I'm being God's honest truth, but this is just me. When I got here, I probably slept better than I had, that first week probably I had in the past 5 years, 6 years in Sweden. I'm being honest, just because it was location, it's just like nothing to do with people or anything, but I think it was like maybe just the temperatures or the environment, stuff like, just slept like a baby, man. But I can hear all this.
Yeah.
And it puts you out, right? So, each his own, man.
My sister always makes fun of me when I talk about the breeze here. I was like, you wouldn't get it. She's like,
Really?
oh, you're gonna talk about the breeze again? I was like, there's something
She
about.
shits on you for the breeze.
Yeah.
Hey, remember I told you, I was like, dude, you have the windows open, you hear the water, and there's a breeze coming and you're laying on the couch, you will be out cold in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you thought I was mad, and then you did it, and you were like, bro, it's like a drug. It just knocks you right out, man, quick. You could be wide awake, too.
Yeah.
So, and then we got the cicadas.
They're loud.
Yeah, they're really loud.
They're loud. Have you heard the frogs during the night? They're loud as well.
Yeah.
First couple nights, I was like, what the fuck is that?
But the weird thing, these guys you hear pretty much all the time with crickets and stuff, but the frogs, they're either nothing or it's all.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing or they're like holding court.
Yeah.
They're just rocking. It's nothing in between.
It was a night like couple of nights ago. They were holding court out there.
Yeah.
I was reading my book
yeah.
and I was like, what the fuck is that? Is that an alarm going or something?
Yeah.
And that was a frog being out there just...
That shit puts you to sleep, man.
Oh.
I think what helps too is like constant fresh air.
Yeah, because you're outside
You're
all
not
the time.
inside with the heat on or the AC on all the time. If you're outside, the breeze knocks you out, man. It's fresh, you know? So...
Now, during the days when I'm home, the AC is not on. I open all the doors,
Yeah, the
all the
breeze.
windows, and
Yeah.
it's just the breeze coming through the house.
Yeah.
And that's fresh air. So it's basically like being outside all the time. And I go to the beach every day. I run, I walk. I'm outside constantly.
I'm just looking forward to getting you on a boat and getting you in the water and watching your reaction when you see a shark.
Yeah, I haven't been on the boat yet. It's kind of interesting.
Like, I'm not even going to, if I see it and you don't see it, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to wait for you to see it and see your reaction.
That's a dick move. I don't want to be in
What are
the
you
water.
worried about? It's not a dick move.
I don't want to be in the water with a shark.
Oh, what? We're going to go look for them. What are you talking about? Dude, if you sit here long enough, I guarantee a turtle will go by, stingray, shark, right off the beach, dude. Just sit
I've
here
seen
long
stingrays.
enough. I've seen turtles, stingrays, sharks.
How small are sharks when they're really small?
It depends. I mean, the smallest one I've seen is probably that big.
All right, then.
That's the smallest I've seen.
I thought I saw like a small shark. It was almost white, but that was probably not a shark then.
I don't think so.
It looked exactly like a shark.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but it's some weird shit in the water too.
But yeah, we take you out in the boat. That's going to be a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah.
You're going to come, if you see a shark, you're going to come up so quick, you're going to be dry when you hit the boat, dude. You're going to be bone dry.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah. No, definitely. And we still have island hopping to do.
Yes.
Got a lot of shit to
Down
experience.
south, there's some keys we can go to.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot more to do here, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to do here. It just doesn't look like you're on one road.
Yeah.
Because you've got one road. People don't realize there's arteries and veins that go off, and then it opens up to something. You're like, what? So
it's like that secret beach, but it's like that beach I went to. It's like some off-road where
Compass Beach,
yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
Me and Leah went and swam that. And do you know where the rocks meet?
Yeah.
Like it looks like a U. You know, the beach is here.
Yeah.
And there's a little lip right there. We swam out to that without mask and snorkels. Ah!
I will get it later.
Oh, okay, it's right there. I don't want it to blow into the water.
No.
So there was rocks here. And then the lip of the sand right there where the water was coming in just dropped off. And it was dark.
Yeah.
So we just swam out a little bit.
Oh, it's dark.
It's dark. It's not dark like deep, but just the way it gradually goes down with the rocks, it makes it darker than it is. Not depth-wise, but it definitely drops.
All right, I thought it was like...
And we swam out just a little bit, and it was really cool because it was flat when we'd out on the Atlantic side. It was flat, so it was really cool. But yeah, dude, there's stuff like that you find all the time, and there's so much more of that down south.
Yeah,
there's so much more of that, man.
South is beautiful down here.
So, and it'll be really cool if we can work out what we're trying to work out for the podcast, the place we wanted to use.
Oh yeah.
So that
you see in another episode.
That'll be pretty dope if we could do that.
Like and subscribe.
So that would be pretty dope. So.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of people, they like the idea, and they come down. There's like, well, where's the Starbucks? Where's McDonald's? It's like, no, dude, we're gonna grill burgers tonight. We're gonna make coffee. It's like they need to consume, go out, buy something, and then you got people that just come here and love it right away.
Yeah.
So.
We are firing up the grill.
Every night.
Every night.
We haven't even used it. I think since I've been here, which is almost 6 months, I probably used the actual oven, me personally, 4 times, 5, maybe 5. Everything else has been on the grill.
Yeah.
Everything else has been on the grill.
Every night is grill. Like around 6 o'clock, we fire up the grill, and then it's
no brainer.
Every night.
No brainer. That's the way it has to be. Dude.
No, I hadn't had. Is there fast food on this island? Like fast? Because I haven't had anything like that since I got here.
There's places you can grab lunch and stuff, but there's no no kind of chains or anything like that. No.
But there is in Nassau, right? Did Nassau have like a McDonald's?
Nassau has it for sure. Freeport has it for sure. Abaco, I think they do. But everywhere else, it's a lot of little mom and pop restaurants and stuff and beach bars, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Places I've gone to, but Lighthouse Point is my favorite.
Lighthouse Point rocks.
Yeah,
for sure.
So good food down there.
Yeah.
And then I've been to a couple of places. The food is okay. Cape has good food, I think.
Yeah, for
really
sure.
Good food.
For sure. But there's a lot of cool places to eat. A lot of cool places.
Gordon's Beach is nice.
And then when the season, because obviously tourism is done right now. So September, October, there's nobody here, as you know, right now. But when November kicks off, there's so many places that are open.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people close right now and go travel in the Bahamas.
We're in the middle of hurricane season.
It's their time for a break. Yeah. You know, because they're in the tourism business. So.
Maybe you can't see it on the camera, but it's the middle of hurricane season here. So
yeah. So it's very a lot more places will pop up. There's a lot more stuff to do from November till May, April. Yeah. So it's busy.
Yeah, that's the high season.
Yeah, busy.
It's going to be interesting to see how many more people is going to be on this island. Because I came in the middle of when it was slowing down. Like summer is slow here.
The thing is, this is a big island.
Yeah.
It's not small. It's big.
It's long.
It's long for sure, but it's bigger.
Hence the name.
It's bigger than people think, right? You'll feel it, but it won't feel crowded. It's not like a outdoor concert. Like you're like, oh, where are all these people coming from? It's not. It's not like that. No. You'll just see You'll see more cars on the road, and maybe you'll see another. You still won't see a lot of people on the beach because they all go on boats.
Yeah.
People out here, a lot of boats come. So you'll see a lot of boats tied off. But the island, yeah.
Well, our beach is there's a lot of houses by the beach. So it'd probably be like the people that live in those houses.
The homeowners there, yeah.
Homeowners.
Yeah.
During
but
Christmas.
they don't come that much.
How's the weather here during the winter?
Our winters are like your summers.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Maybe warmer, actually, but that kind of feel.
What's
You know
the
what I
water? Does the water ever get cold?
A little bit, yeah. So, but yeah, because it's hot now.
The water is hot.
The
yeah.
water's hot.
Yeah.
But like not hot that it's not refreshing. So,
It's still refreshing, but you have to. If you swim out a bit, it's kind of nice.
oh, yeah.
If you go out like a couple of meters, it's kind of nice. But when you step in, you basically don't feel you're in the water.
Yeah,
That's how warm it is.
for sure. And the thing is, if it's really hot, the water feels cold.
Yeah.
When it's really hot out in
Yeah.
those days, like when the wind drops, you're like, oh man. And you get in the water, you're like, whoo.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, it's just because it's really hot. The
Yeah.
water's actually warm. So it's kind of funny.
This water here is what got me when we landed. The water here, it's unreal. It's called Bahama Blue for a reason.
Yeah. Yep. It's a way of life.
The
I'm
way
not
of life.
complaining.
It's the backyard.
Yeah. So we have friends that were supposed to be visiting us, so that'll be nice to see if it actually happens.
Yeah.
We won't call them out on this one
No.
So-
We're not calling anyone out until they got here.
until they get here. Then we'll put the screws to them.
Yeah. Put them on camera.
That's too funny.
See what's up.
Well, this has been fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
No, as we said, 3 months I've been here, and I'm starting to love it. I love it more and more every day.
Good.
It gets to be a way of life that I really enjoy. I think I'm pretty good at living this. I always loved living on the countryside in Sweden. Like, I like the quiet.
Yeah.
I'm not much for living in a big city and all that. I like being in rural places.
Right.
So I think this suits me very good. I'm reading more now than I ever had. I'm picking up a book all the time.
Yeah.
Always have a book in hand. I got time to write some shit down that I've been thinking about. So living here for me has been,
Therapeutic.
therapeutic.
That's the word you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it can be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make this whole conversation about the Bahamas and how wonderful it is. That's not why.
Why not?
No, that's not what I'm getting at. But I'm saying it definitely can be therapeutic,
Yeah.
right? It definitely can be therapeutic. It's how you handle it. But that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
It really is. So.
Definitely.
But then some might say it's the person, right? Say, well, you can have this anywhere if you got the right mindset, which is true.
I heard the saying, if you can't enjoy a cup of coffee poor, you want to enjoy a cup of coffee rich. It's like a mindset
I
thing.
disagree with that.
Do you really?
I disagree with that.
Do you really?
I'm pretty sure I could enjoy a cup of coffee
No,
if I was rich.
it wasn't. It was like, if you can't.
Because if you're poor, I understand why you're not enjoying the coffee. You're like, shit, man, I got bills. But if you're rich, you're like, you know what?
All right.
This coffee's pretty good. And
Okay. No, it was.
You know what I mean?
The saying was like, if you can't enjoy a cup of coffee in your house, you won't enjoy a cup of coffee on a yacht or whatever.
I disagree again. Disagree again.
All right.
If you're in a shit house and it's leaking, you're drinking coffee, you're like, yeah, but
Then you drink
if you're on a
coffee.
yacht with a bunch of tits and ass, I think that coffee might taste better, dude.
It's probably a better coffee as well.
Yeah, you should probably stop with this. Stop with this because you're not making sense. I'm like, no.
Okay. Fair point, actually. Now when I think about it, it sounds ridiculous. That's a fair
Yeah,
point.
it's like, wait, what?
That's a fair point. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. What's that? How I can be in the gym 6 times a week and still run 3 times a week and not be overtrained? Well, the answer to that is actually 2 things. 1, having a mustache helps, like a lot. Number 2, like really a lot. Get one today. Number 2 is wearing a Whoop. You see, my Whoop tracks my recovery each and every day. Not only does it track your sleep and your values and get your recovery score each day, every morning when you wake up, you fill out a sleep journal. How many cups of coffee you had, if you had a big meal close to bed, if you were drinking alcohol, if you were smoking the devil's lettuce. And then you can track and go back and see what habit gets you most recovered. And from doing that, you can set yourself up for the best recovery for the next day. So get yourself a Whoop today, use our code down here and be awesome.
Disclaimer. Wearing a Whoop will make you feel like a rock star. Being jacked beyond imagination. Only wear if you're ready to be the greatest version of yourself.
I'm almost done with my, just to go back to books, I'm stressed that my guy is not going to write book 6 of Game of Thrones.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I won't start reading them.
Yeah.
Because I have that tick. that I have to complete it from beginning to end. So if I read all those fucking books, because there's a shitload of them, right?
Yeah.
I've seen them. You've got them. And there's one book that he hasn't finished yet. I can't do it.
I think it's 2. I think it's right in the
Two?
last 2 simultaneously.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
He don't look healthy, man.
No,
like,
that's
he
why I'm
doesn't look
scared.
like and he lives in New Mexico, doesn't he? I
Yeah.
read somewhere.
You nailed that.
Yeah, he looked it, and then I was like,
And then we looked it up. It was like, yep, he lived there.
That's a whole different breed there, New Mexico, bro. Yeah, I said it. So yeah, he's probably doing coke and
Yeah, because I'm 600 pages into the
Rockin'.
last book now, and it's like 1,300 pages. And I almost don't want to read it at night anymore, because I know when I'm done with this, I have to wait with
Yeah.
all the other people that's been reading this.
because the thing is, I don't really have a desire to read the books. Because the only reason I watched Game of Thrones is when you were like, dude, you're going to work with Momoa? You need to watch Game of Thrones. I was like, oh, remember? And then I
Yeah.
watched it, and then I was like, oh, that's cool, because that's how I got into it.
Great show.
But I don't really care to read the books, but everyone blows the books up, and I'm like, well, if I read it and it's good, then I'm going to lose I'm going to be pissed if he doesn't finish the book. You see what I'm getting at? So I don't want to I don't want to corner myself like that.
No. And I
I wanna
hate to be
wait.
that dude, but the books are better than the series.
Most of the time, they usually are.
Yeah, it's
Right.
more dense.
That's what you were
You
saying.
get more story out of it.
Yeah.
And now when I'm in book 5, a lot of storylines take a different direction
Right.
than they take in the series.
Yeah.
Probably because they wanted to wrap it up in 8 seasons. But it's so much more dense, and it's so much more storylines that are opened that they didn't really resolve in the series.
Right.
That's why I'm looking forward to reading the last 2 books. I think he's working on 2 books. I'm not 100% sure though.
I got a feeling you're going to be disappointed, man. I don't know why. Not with the book, but I don't think he's going to finish
Maybe it's
it.
like the Conor McGregor effect on that dude. He's too famous now, so he doesn't give a shit about it.
I don't think he's hungry anymore.
Because you see Conor McGregor like, I'm going to fight next year, and then he's doing coke on his yacht, drinking coffee and enjoying it more than the 4 people in the cabin.
But yeah, because he's doing supposedly he writes the shows, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
What
he
is it? What is his name?
co-writes it. It's oversees it or something like that.
But yeah, so he's busy, dude. He's not going to get that. He's like, I'm richer than I need to be. I'm not, fuck the book. I don't think it's going to happen.
Do you think so?
Well, it should have
Don't say
happened
that.
already, right?
Don't say that.
I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just telling you, dude.
No, 'cause
you
they're
might
doing
be
House-
holding your breath for the wrong thing.
Because they're doing House of Dragons now, and they keep doing that. I think it's going to be 2 more seasons of that.
I don't know.
But there is a book on the Targaryens, and there's a book called A Night of the 7 Kingdoms or something like that, which also is a series coming out next year.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna let that simmer. I'm gonna wait, 'cause I got enough shit to read.
What are you reading?
Actually, nothing right now. I'm jumping in and out, but I wouldn't call it reading, because I read a few pages here and there, but not like if I'm going to sit down for 2 hours. So I'm saying jumping in and out. It's called the Art of Zen and Motorcycle Repair. I hope I got that right. I'm so, you know that I always mess up my titles that I'm reading. So it's a pretty good book. It's a kind of
What's it about?
philosophical. It's about a guy and his son, and they're driving across country on a motorcycle with a couple of friends, but it's like very philosophical and
Cool.
It's yeah, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Repair. That's got to be it. The Art of Zen. The Art of Zen and Motorcycle Repair. Sorry, now it's bothering me.
You know I'm going to pull it up and put it right here.
Yeah,
so
but
then
that'll
it's
be
all
it's a good book.
good. Yeah.
I'm like, I've had it for about 4 months, and I'm about halfway through. So you know what I mean? I'm like picking it up here and there. But when I read it, it's pretty, it's cool. So,
I just finished Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which opened my eyes to so many things that you can do with financial. And
Right.
now I'm reading 4-Hour Work Week, which is like an expansion of, like now I know what to do with the financial. The 4-Hour Work Week is more of like how you can work from anywhere
yeah.
and still like keep a passive income
So you're
coming in.
kind of living
the
that life right now.
trying to figure out what the people are doing in this world, and I'm figuring out a lot of
Yeah.
stuff and how I figured out that you don't have to be rich to live rich. You just have to know
Sounds
the
like
system.
a freeloader. That's a freeloader.
Not really,
Know
because
the
it's not in It's not illegal. It's just a lot of people. If you know the system, there's ways around paying for stuff. There's ways around traveling. There's ways around living in a house.
And is that Rich Dad Poor Dad, or is that the
Yeah,
4
Rich
Hour
Dad
Work
Poor
Week?
Dad speaks mostly about how you can pay for stuff and not use your own money. Like it's about having businesses and putting business
okay.
expenses and stuff like that. The
Understood.
4 Hour Work Week is more of how you can do a job remotely by hiring people, outsourcing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But you still have to build something.
Right.
Like you can't just not build something and work
Right.
4 hours a week.
Right.
But this is more of like outsourcing, like having people hire someone to do your emails and stuff like that. But you still have to build a product.
Right.
So it's very interesting.
Okay.
And my next book is The Intelligent Investor, which is another book on financials, which is the one book that Warren Buffett
Those are the books I
recommended.
grabbed for you when I was
Yes.
away, right? Okay.
Yeah. I told you I need 3 books,
Yeah.
and then I know how to work the system.
So you're going to write a book, The 2 Hour Work Week?
Yeah, exactly.
How to drink coffee on a yacht and enjoy it.
How to drink coffee.
At home and enjoy it.
Yeah, how to drink coffee, pour and enjoy it.
That's
That's the title of my book.
there you go.
That's a good title.
We'll dub that out.
Exactly. Don't steal my title,
Don't
please.
steal my title. That's pretty funny.
Oh, that's what I'm reading right now, and also Game of Thrones, because I've been starting reading nonfiction before I go to bed. Puts me right to sleep.
Really.
Because if I read, or fiction, I mean, not nonfiction. If I read nonfiction before I go to bed, it puts like ideas in my head that I need to think about.
Fires you up.
Yeah, but
That's
if I
what you're
read,
saying, yeah.
but if I read fiction, but then again, this book is so good, and I told you, like Game of Thrones, you follow a person
Right.
each and every chapter, and then when you're done with a chapter and you see a name like, say, Tyrion, and his last chapter ended very open-ended, you're like, oh, now I need to know what this dude is up to. So it keeps you up. So I don't know.
All right.
But when I'm done with that, I need new fiction books. I need to get into a new series. I heard Witcher is good.
The books?
Yeah. Or,
Those were books originally, weren't they?
yeah, those are books. Maybe I jump into Witcher or what's the other one?
Reacher or Witcher?
Witcher. Reacher is also books.
That's what I'm asking. I can't hear you. Reacher or Witcher?
Witcher.
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 Okay.
I may jump into that book series.
That's a lot, isn't it?
I think so. I think you have your hands full if you jump into that. I need to find I want to find a series that I can follow and read during the nights.
Yeah, most of my fiction is horror.
I know, you and your daughter are crazy.
Most of my fiction
You watch
is horror.
horror movies
I don't have any. I like biographies. Like Goldeneye was really good. I read Goldeneye. Dude, Ian Fleming lived that life,
Yeah.
but in Jamaica. And he was a gangster. Don't let no one tell you different, dude. He was betting women left and right. He was a gangster, bro. He was a straight gangster, Ian Fleming. But most of my books are either like philosophy and stuff like that. You know that.
Yeah.
But then a lot of horror. Like that's my fantasy. It's not Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings is a given. That kind of falls in. That's probably the only thing I have that has any kind of magic or some shit like that in it. Everything else is like Stephen King is most of my horror and creepy movies, and everything else is, yeah, just different. Yeah.
That's a good point. I never finished Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Maybe I should read that.
a great book.
How does that hold up to the book? Is it like better, the books, or does the movie do the book justice?
I think if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, you're not disappointed by the Lord of the Ring movies.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know The Hobbit kind of went back and forth a little bit. That was good, but I
That
think
book is not that thick, and they make 3 movies out of it.
Yeah.
They stretch it out too long.
Yeah. But no, Lord of the Rings is really good.
Yeah.
Like all 3 books in one, that Lord of the Rings, That's really
I
good.
got that at home, but it's in Swedish.
Yeah. So, but yeah, everything else is just like that's my fantasy is like horror stuff. Dude.
Yeah. And October is coming.
I know.
October is coming, dude.
So
You and your daughter are all stoked about that.
my
Halloween.
daughter's a psycho. She made us buy. You know what we're doing, right? October 1st, we're gonna start reading The Exorcist. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not into it. I'm not looking forward to it. That was her idea.
Yeah.
So we both bought the books. You saw the argument. You were right there with it. We were arguing about the books.
I gotta be in my bed at night. I gotta.
That's you, yeah.
No, I gotta hear you guys.
No.
It's reading the book like.
No, but it's like, yeah. But no, dude, that shit's wild, man. So I'm not really looking forward to it, but I promised her I'd do it.
Why not?
So we have to be done by October 31st, Halloween night.
Are you only gonna read one book during October? I thought you were like having a book weekly.
No, dude, that book's like pretty thick. I mean, I got shit to do. I can't sit there and read books all day like you with your 3-hour work week, drinking
4
bad
hour.
coffee.
4-hour work week.
No, but your 3-hour work
Yeah.
week. Yeah, whatever.
No,
I came home one day. You were on the PlayStation. You're like, "Hey, buddy." I was like, "You're home already." I'm like, "What are you doing?" Oh, I've been working. I did 85 videos for the.
I did.
I know.
I did. I
know,
released
I know.
55 videos.
That shit was so funny.
In one day.
You look so busted. You're like trying to justify what you did, and I didn't give a shit. It was just fun to watch you squirm.
You know what I did now?
What?
I released 149 episodes of our podcast.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
See, I'm working.
So.
It's all about volume, dude. If I can show volume that I did it, I'm working.
All right.
But speaking of PlayStation, my game comes out now.
What game?
The 4th of October.
That's a shame you don't.
NHL
That's a shame you don't
2025.
have. What are you gonna do about that?
You're gonna buy it for me on your PlayStation 5.
No, I don't want to. No.
And I'm gonna play the
no,
shit out of that.
No,
Yeah, you are.
I'm not, dude. I don't play sports on my PlayStation.
No, you don't have to play sports on your PlayStation,
Yeah, but I'm
but I
gonna
will.
feel that you've been playing. It's like it's not gonna feel right.
Okay, so when you play NHL, you like go kind of hard with the remote controller. Like you have to be quick, you have to be hard.
You can watch. You can watch. You can watch like the gamers play it when they review it.
Stop it.
That's what you'll do.
Stop it.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
want
be an
another.
asshole.
I don't want another user on my PS. It's gonna feel used.
You're such an asshole.
I would buy you one.
Yeah, but I don't want that.
I would buy you one before I let you use mine. Is that bad?
That's so bad.
Or is that just being a guy?
I respect
I was
it.
gonna say, exactly. Deep down inside, you respect it. You
Yeah.
just don't want to admit
No,
it.
I get it, but now when the situation is this that I want NHL so much, I'm not gonna agree. But if
It's
it
like when
was
you
my
give someone a
PlayStation
sip of your
5,
drink, it don't taste the same when you get it back. You're like, so.
but I got a solution for that. I just buy my own controller, and then we're good. If I got my own juicer and my own controller, you won't even notice that I'm on the NHL.
I have to do some research and see if I can erase our users once you're done.
I'm pretty sure you can. Why wouldn't you be able to? What do you mean when I'm done?
You can just when you're done with the game.
I'm never done with the game. The game is a season, then the
I know.
next one comes.
But what I'm saying is, why would you buy the game? Okay, I can't believe we're arguing about this on the podcast. I just caught myself. We'll argue about it off screen. Yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll talk.
We'll talk.
We'll keep that tense pitched.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
All right, we'll see.
I will offer.
We'll
I will
see.
make a good argument
All right,
for
we'll
why
see.
I need it
All right, we'll see.
and how I earned it.
All right.
That's what we do.
All right. We will see, my man.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
All right, so we're just gonna end this podcast here then.
Yeah.
We will.
I want to hit the beach. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And you're right. Let's hit the beach. All right, this
Sounds
has been fun. It's fun to be back, and as we said, the reason this is episode 150 is because we have 149 episodes that you can go listen to right now on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So, yeah, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Nice.
Bye. Bye-bye.
That's too funny.